Life is all about the stories we tell. We are the writer, the director, the cast and crew, the star, the producer, everything. We're even the audience in this feature film called Life. And when we realize that life is all the stories that we tell, we can decide to tell the story that we want to see in life versus the stories that we don't want to see in life. If we're always telling a story of I'm always broke, then yes, that will be your reality. If we instead tell a story of life is always working out for me, then you're going to have this fun action adventure feature film and where you can get to be the star and see things unfold, and that will be your reality. The stories that we tell are based on our beliefs, and all a belief is a thought that we've thought over and over and over again, which turned into a belief. And so the stories that we tell are based on these beliefs, and as we continue to tell these stories, we'll begin to see evidence of these stories coming true in our lives, which reinforces the belief even more. So if we're telling a story that we don't want to see, and we tell it more and more and more, and it becomes an even stronger belief, and we start to see that evidence, that will reinforce the things that we're saying. Well, see, there it was. That's the story that I'm telling. And the opposite is also true. If we begin to tell stories that we want to see in our lives and tell those more and more, then that becomes our new belief. And then we start to see evidence of that. And then we say, see, I knew that I was the director of my feature film. I knew that I was the producer. I knew that I was the star. I knew that I could be, do, and have anything. And when we see evidence of that and reinforce those stories, then those stories become so powerful and life begins to manifest all around you in the ways that you want it to be. So as you can see, this could either be a vicious or an amazing cycle, depending on which way you decide to tell the story. But an important thing to remember is that while we're in the green zone, the stories that we tell are always those of the ones that we want to see, the things that we want to be, do, and have in our life. That's where our energy is, so that is the story that we tell. And the opposite is also true. When we're in that yellow or even that red zone, the stories that we're telling are based off of our past beliefs, and a lot of times are pointing out the things that we don't like in our life or that we don't want to manifest. And unfortunately, those are the things that we begin to see as evidence as we continue to tell that story as well. Whatever story we choose to tell, just know that all of our stories always come true. And so my advice always is be in the green zone. Ask yourself, while I'm telling this story, am I in the green zone right now? And if not, then make our number one focus getting back in the green and then retelling the story, because from that energy space, the story is always going to be one that you're excited about, one that you're excited to go out there and live, one that you would actually go to the movie and see. You don't want to tell a story in your life on one that you wouldn't even pay to go see a movie and see. You fall asleep halfway through or be bored or be just upset that you wasted your time. That is the story that we can create in our life, one that we just get excited to go live out every day. And you're the star of this story, so make your stories great and enjoy the process, enjoy the unfolding of the story, make it as adventurous and fun as you can possibly make it, and life will unfold for you in perfect timing, always surprising and delighting you. I'm excited for all of us to create the story that we've always dreamed of. We're so powerful. Our energy and our momentum is so powerful. And if we just decide to tell that story that we want to tell, all of the things that we've ever dreamed of will be, do, and have in our reality. And it'll be so much fun along the way, seeing it all come into manifestation. This is Welcome.